Hi, Paul Pearson here. Continuing on with a series of articles taken from my 1996 book titled Letters to the Editor, A Christian View. This was my letter responding to an article printed, Human Ancestors Roamed a Wider Range, Find Suggests. And I'll begin to read. It seems man's evolutionary climb is proved beyond reasonable doubt, at least according to this article. Never mind the poor track record of some who pioneered this view and have been caught from time to time in manipulating and even falsifying evidence to better serve their interests. Let's not forget that evolution is still just a theory and really more of a hypothesis, for no one can lay claim to being around when these supposed series of chances and blunders over multiplied millions of years produced ever increasing new kinds of life forms. It is poor science indeed to rigidly hold to such incredible conjecture in spite of the utter poverty of the fossil record and so much other evidence to the contrary. Even evolutionists strongly disagree about the various theories of man's beginnings and presumed evolutionary links. This particular common ancestor, Australopithecus, is a long-standing and well-known creature placed upon some evolutionary charts as one of the precursors to man. Australopithecus literally means southern ape, and that should speak volumes. Since the brain case and skull form of this animal is distinctly ape, you may have reason to wonder why it is even considered an ancestor of man. It is quite interesting. One of the leading experts on prehistoric man has removed this extinct ape from the chart leading to Homo sapiens and placed it on a totally separate lineage altogether. In the June 73 National Geographic, this same expert, Richard Leakey, made an astonishing comment after his skull 1470 find in Kenya, Africa. He said, either we toss out this skull or we toss out theories of early man. The problem is this particular skull was dated in evolutionary terms to be more than 2 million years older than the supposed ape like links on the same chart. And yet, because of its surprisingly large brain case and because it is essentially a human skull, Leakey has admitted it leaves in ruins the notion that all early fossils can be arranged in an orderly sequence of evolutionary change. Did you get that? The charts and graphs that inundate our public schools and universities are deemed a ruined notion by one of the foremost evolutionists. It seems a strong deception has indeed overtaken many, and we have all too willingly believed a lie. Leakey, who is a confirmed evolutionist, continues to seek out some other explanation that will support the gradual evolution of man over millions of years. He and others may, in their investigation, come upon some interesting finds, but they are doomed to failure if they believe they can in any way find evidence that will support the evolution of man or any other living creature. When you start with faulty and fixed assumptions, you are relegated to a continuous flow of faulty explanations. The wild imaginings of men are, in effect, trying to eliminate God as the all powerful creator who in 6 literal days made the heavens and the earth and all it contains, which includes each creature according to its kind, and man as a very special creation to look after it. There is a temptation for many to avoid facing the overwhelming evidence of a creator God, but the arrogance of such a stand is inconceivably great and is born out of a tremendous insecurity and fear. This oftentimes manifests itself in the ridicule of those who draw strength from their faith and accept without reservation what God has breathed into the heart and soul of those who penned the Bible. Look deeply within. Can you really believe in the marvelous and complex makeup of each one of us is a product of random chance? Do not be intimidated by those who throw millions and billions of years at you like it is a certainty, for the Earth's geology does not support this view. Instead, the fossils of the Earth reveal exactly what you would expect if creation is true. Multiple living kinds appear abruptly with no primitive links leading up to them, and the geologists and paleontologists who may still believe in evolution are totally mystified by the absence of life in the Cambrian layer. Geologist H.S. Ladd estimated that this should be the first 9/10 of the chain of life. With all this in mind, it must be quite obvious evolution fails the test of reason, for there can be no watch, and I put in brackets universe, without the watchmaker, and I put in brackets God. And in our hearts of hearts, I believe each one of us knows that to be the truth. And I'll end. Yours in Christ, Paul. Now, the next broadcast is my article responding to a letter published like snorkeling in a shallow sea. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next time, God willing. Bye for now.